I want to talk about add-ins now. Add-ins are a great way of distributing your macros to your colleagues. So in particular, if you've got a process where they've got to do something with a spreadsheet and you've developed a macro for them, you only need to send them the add-in and get them to save it in a particular way, which I'll show you, and then they'll have that available at any time they open a spreadsheet. So this might be a spreadsheet which can't carry the macro itself for some reason. Perhaps it's the way I've used it is we've generated journals from a system, and which has all the correct text and everything, but we need to format it. So I put an add-in into all of the users in the accounts department, and they could just open this spreadsheet, press a particular combination to run the macro, key combination to run the macro, and then it would format the journal for them, ready to upload into their accounting system. The add-in is a bit like, well, do you remember on a previous lesson we were looking at saving spreadsheets, and we said if you save it as an XLSX, that's a bit like saving the spreadsheet without the macros. So it's saving the spreadsheet pages but not the script pages. Well, an add-in is almost like the other way around. So you're saving the script pages, but you're not saving the regular spreadsheet pages. So if we wanted to save our spreadsheet here as an add-in, all we have to do is go and save it in the way I've described. So we'll go File, Save As, and I'm going to hit the Browse button, and we can see that this particular spreadsheet wants to save in the last place that we looked at on my network, or my file structure. So but for an add-in to work easily, it's best to save it in the default folder for add-ins. So if you're lucky, Excel will find that for you. All you have to do is to change the file type to add-in, which is always tricky to find. And there it is, Excel add-in. And now it's switched to this, which is where I have my default add-ins here. You can see already there's a spreadsheet saved as a .xlam, which is a add-in with an M, saying it's got a macro in it, of course, called test, which I saved earlier, and we'll see that in a second. And I'm going to cancel this because I don't want to save this spreadsheet. Okay. So once you've saved your add-in onto your folder structure, then you need to activate it. And the easiest way to do that, you can do it through the menu, of course you can, but it's actually much more easy to just do Alt-T-I. So I'm going to press those keys now. Now it's important to not do these at the same time, but to do them consecutively. So Alt-T-I. And that opens this dialog box here. And what you'll find is that the add-ins that are available are in this little window here, and that's one that I had before you saw saved there is called test, and I've already ticked that to make sure that it's active. If your add-in is not on that window, that's because you haven't saved it in the default folder. But that's okay, because you can just hit this browse button and go and find it that way, and you can still add it. So I can just OK this or cancel, doesn't matter. And what that will mean is that as long as my Excel is set up like this, then all of those macros which are in my spreadsheet, which I call test, can be accessed. And I'll prove they can be accessed by going into the VBE1, the Visual Basic Editor. And can you see on the left here, we've got the projects, as they call them, but kind of spreadsheets. And one that's available here, it didn't look like it was open from the regular Excel spreadsheet page, but it is visible here. And this page of macros here is which I've called my common subroutines, are here, and these are available. And as long as I put a link to them using a key combination, which would be typically Control Shift and a letter, I can run those macros within my normal Excel. in other words from here.